Hello, beautiful and powerful women. Welcome to Susan Unleashed. This podcast is for any woman who wants to live a gorgeous life on her terms and who knows that not only is being a woman enough, it is the key to everything. I'm your host, Susan Elizabeth, certified professional coach, #1 best-selling author, and Energy Leadership Index master practitioner. I fiercely support women who are passionate about elevating their lives while embracing their truest selves. Are you ready to unleash your power? Hello, beautiful and powerful women. Welcome to this week's episode, How to Show Up Fully with Present Moment Awareness. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift, and that's why they call it the present. So that's a quote by Alice Morse Earl. So true. So this week we're going to be talking about present moment awareness and how to show up fully for it, because there's a lot of benefits when you do this. So first, how many of us are not fully present in the moment with others in situations? We're either thinking about the past, which we can't change, by the way, or we're worried about the future, and the future's not here yet. Now, I'm not saying you don't plan for the future. You do. I'm a huge planner, but I also show up in the moment. And when I do, I am much more aware. I can really listen to what is going on, or I can be in my other senses if somebody's not talking with me or discussing something with me. And I can be in my senses. I can be in the moment. I can really take in what's going on in that moment, because in that moment, that is what's real. That's all there is that moment. The past no longer is here. The future hasn't arrived yet. So when you can really embrace and live in the moment, you're going to experience things that maybe you haven't fully experienced before, beyond the senses. You know, really being present in a situation, you're going to be able to hear something. You're going to be able to know something. You're going to be able to check in with yourself. You're going to have different feelings and sensations. My cat is right outside of my door here where I do my podcasts. So you might hear a little bit of meowing in the background. She's so cute. Anyways, so when you're able to really presence yourself in what I call like being right here, right now, it's really the key to having a much more happy and healthy, even wealthy life. Because when you are not looking in the rearview mirror, let me reframe that one. When you're always looking in the rearview mirror, you can't move forward with clarity and with a vision. You know, it's kind of like you want to go from here to, say, New York, or here to California, wherever here is, right? And you don't know how to get there. So if you're always looking in the rearview mirror, you can't move forward. And you can't move forward with clarity. So really being present and really knowing where you want to go and presence yourself in that moment to have the experiences, you're going to be able to move forward and plan for the future, plan for how you're going to get there. But having experiences in the moment that are much more alive and rich. And so you'll notice things that maybe you never noticed before because you are able to presence yourself in the moment. And you're going to be able to get out of your head more and into your heart, or even your gut space, your intuition space that we all have very powerfully as women. And so when you do this, it enables you to stop multitasking. You know, because think of it, when you're often in the moment and somebody's talking to you, sometimes you're thinking about how you want to respond, or you're trying to be 2 steps ahead, and it takes you out of that. And it takes you into a place of really hearing, and then you're going to be able to respond, and probably even better because you've been present in the moment. And when you do that, you're going to be able to focus on one thing at a time. One thing at a time. And think about that. We're constantly multitasking. We're constantly always trying to be holographic in what we do, how we live life. But when you can slow down and you can be present in the moment, you can be in your senses, you can really hear or see or experience what's going on, your brain can then really focus on the moment or what's before you. And when you do that, you're able to accept what is. And if you're not able to accept what is and you're resisting it, then maybe you're in a position where you're going to be able to do a reframe or a do-over and then accept what is and then be able to move forward more clearly because you're more aware of what you're experiencing in the moment. When you do this as well, you're able to slow down. You're not having your mind race 5 million miles an hour trying to be 2 steps ahead or figure things out. You're going to be able to be in more of a state of ease and flow when you do this as well. And it's also like a connection. It's a connection with yourself, and it's a connection with others or a situation that's before you. And when you are able to presence yourself, really presence yourself, you get out of a state of worry. See, because worry is something that it's a future state. It's something that hasn't happened yet. You're worried about what could be based upon maybe a past experience or something that you're thinking about because you're not present in the moment that happened in the past. So maybe it's going to happen in the future. Well, that's not necessarily, might not come true, right? So when you look at your life, you look at the moments. Moments are what matter. Moments are what matter. It's all the little moments and the accumulation of those moments as you move through life. It's the little moments that make a difference. Yes, it's the big moments too. But how often do we forget about the little moments that we have in our life and how important those are? I always like to say it's the tiny little moments every day that add up, the things that, if you no longer have somebody in your life, you miss those little moments. I think of my grandmother and the little moments of just brewing that afternoon cup of tea together and how we would sit and we would just share a cup of tea and be present with each other and I could taste the tea. I could smell the tea. I could feel the hot mug of tea in my hands. And then I could see her smile and just her sharing her wisdom and her stories and, making jokes about things. And it's those little moments. And that's when I was really present and I really enjoyed that. So I want that for all of us. And I always like to say happiness is not a place that you arrive at someday when. Happiness it's made up of these moments in time. And so it's really relishing the little moments of time that contribute to your joy, that contribute to your wellness. So why do we need to do this? Why? I think you can have such a quality of life when you can really presence yourself and really live in much more flow and ease. You can really understand and know that life is just a series of all these little moments that are meant to be lived. And in those little moments are big experiences and sometimes gentle little experiences. But you'll have so much more wellness emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically. And it's the only known that there is when we live in present moments awareness. You can probably hear my cat. She's wanting so bad to come in here and be a part of this. She loves to be around people. Oh my gosh, I love my cat so much. Anyways, so just to wrap it up, I think it's just living in the now, living in the present it's the only thing that's real. The only moment is real. I mean, 5 minutes from now, we probably know what's going to happen, but we don't really know what's going to happen. And so being in the moment, being in your senses, cherishing the moment, experiencing the moment, this moment is what's real. And it's really tapping into what are you present for? What are you available for? Because I know when I am more present, I am more available to myself and this situation. So you can live in the present moment and you can always have a plan for the future. I'm a big advocate of being present in the moment, always having a plan for tomorrow and the future, for my well-being, for my future, whatever that is, financially, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, whatever that looks like. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode, and I will look forward to the next time. Until then, have a great week, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode, I would love it if you would leave me a review or share it with someone else who may enjoy it too. To stay connected with me, please head on over to SusanElizabethCoaching.com and make sure that you sign up for my tips on how to live an unleashed life full of passion and purpose. Until next time, go live an unleashed life.